Hi there folks, my name is Daniel and welcome to NFS Champions. For today's video we are going to be showcasing my second SUV in my MOC collection, which is going to be the 22 GMC Yukon Denali. And believe it or not, the chassis base and the build design was based off of the Cadillac Escalade that I built a while back, which ironically enough, the Cadillac Escalade, the Yukon, and the Chevy Tahoe all share the same chassis based platform, which kind of makes a lot of sense when we actually look at the vehicles themselves. They kind of have this little blueprint and almost identical make and model version of each vehicle, like the Cadillac, the Yukon, and the Tahoe. So they pretty much share the same chassis base and the same features. They share the same design, but they also have a unique feature to them. Like for an example, the GMC has like a AT4 system, and then I think the Cadillac has like a V. There's a Cadillac Escalade V, I think that's what it's called, and then you have the Chevy Tahoe ZL1. But yeah, they all have different variations and forms for each make and model. But right now, today we're focusing on this lovely vehicle here, the Yukon Denali, and we are going to showcase it and compare it with the Escalade in a few minutes. But before we dive into the video, if you guys are new to this channel, welcome. I encourage you to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell button so you don't miss another video in the future. I will have to say this while I'm at it, while I'm thinking about it too. I have been away from my YouTube channel and away from building a lot of vehicles, to be honest with you, because I have been pretty busy in life. So I'm trying to get caught up with some real life work and stuff. So there's going to be more hiatus periods on this YouTube channel, maybe on my Instagram page, and I don't know, I guess on my website. I have not posted my GMC Yukon up on my website yet, but it will be coming out very soon. Hopefully, if I don't have a lot of things to worry about IRL. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video. I think this time I'm going to make it quick because some of my videos were about 20 minutes long, so I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet as much as I can, but I'm going to try to get into a lot of details as I could possibly get into. So it's pretty much going to be like trying to compact all the information together in a little bit of time. So here we go. Let's start in the back first and foremost. Of course, the back is most recognizable by its taillights and the logo design. Well, it's not really design, it's really a 1x2 round plate that I use as a logo for the back. The headlights were not that difficult to design because I used the base form of the Cadillac Escalade's taillights to build the side curvature here and to build in these taillights that just go up and then curve into the back end of the vehicle here. I don't know what you want to call it. It's not a trunk, that's for sure, or maybe a back cab door, or I don't know, but it curves up to the back here and then goes right as it's going toward the center, like it's going toward the center toward the logo, if that makes any sense to you. So the back was obviously not that complicated to build. I just used the same blueprint that I had for the Escalade and just copied it. Basically did a copy paste, but I did a little bit of modification to it to where it looks like a GMC Yukon Denali. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. And we have brick built exhaust pipes underneath here. Again, same building technique as the one before, except the only difference is, let me focus my camera here so you can see better. As you can see here underneath it, it's got a little bit of extra detail to the exhaust pipes. You got these little gray pipes going toward the exhaust pipes. Of course, you got a little spare tire as usual. I wanted to add that little decorative feature because all SUVs have to have a spare tire for in case you get a flat along the way. So we have trans brown slopes to fill in the gap for the back window, because you see this little you can see a little bit of, I'll just take the roof off since it's that fragile. You can see a little bit of the trans brown, oh my goodness, come on camera. You can see a little bit of the trans brown pieces that have been used to fill in the gap, because there's not I mean there's a lot of slope pieces that I could have used, but I wanted it to like slope toward the back end of the SUV as the roof is sloped itself. And I don't know if you guys were noticing some of our SUVs here in North America, but some of our SUVs like the Yukon and the Cadillac, for example, their roof lines are a bit sloped as they go toward the back for some reason. I don't know why, but it's just part of the design. They had to make those roof lines, they had to make them sloped going toward the back end of the vehicle. And I have to pause this because this thing is falling apart on me. This is also a fragile MOC because the roof lines will come apart on you very easily. The doors to this thing will come off very easily, and even the dashboard will come off very easily because I had to sacrifice durability for details. So if you are going to attempt to build this, then you can modify however you want it, but this is the way I build it. But it is what it is, so just want to warn you ahead of time. So there's the back end of the vehicle. Now let's go to the side here. We got these doors again. They're pretty fragile. I can just tap on it and it'll just come right off. That's because I was trying to conserve some space and leave at least one modified brick with the stone on the side, just so I can have it holding the doors in place, because I want all of this, I want the interior to look clean and immaculate, just so it can be, you know, it can be squeaky clean when I'm done building it. Of course, here's the door details. You have the ice skate blades that are used as door handles. You have minifig hands that are used as, what do you call those things on a door, where you just push the button, you can raise the window down, or you can push another button, you can close the mirrors, or you can push another button to lock the windows to keep everybody else from raising their windows down. I mean, we have that on our pickup truck, so if you know, you know. But yeah, that's the details that I wanted to include. Of course, the mirror came off on me as I'm trying to show you guys the door here. Now there's a little bit of silver trimming. I wanted to add that because I think it looks really nice for the Yukon to have a silver trimming along its door line. So you got the silver lining across the door, just to give it that, maybe, I don't know, a Denali look, the Yukon Denali feature. Maybe they got silver trimmings and stuff. That depends on the SUV features and modifications that it has on it. But right now the modification on this vehicle is a Denali, so of course you're going to see a little bit of silver trimming. Again, the roof line. Now we go to the base here. The base of the doors are pretty obvious. You can just push this down and it'll just raise the mud guard. It'll just raise the foot pedal down, so any minifig could climb in and climb out of their SUV comfortably without stumbling over their door ledge and falling into a pit of mud if they are going off-roading and whatnot. I don't think anybody would do that in their clean SUV like this, but you know. All right, I won't bore you too much with this side of the vehicle. Now we go to the interior. I'm going to take this roof off again and show you guys the interior. Look at how clean it is. Look at that. Look at how clean it is. You get door handles, you get side handles, you get buttons to raise the windows down. You get the, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little gear shift stick right behind that steering wheel. So that's also a unique detail and a feature to have. And there's a little foot pedal and yada yada yada, and that's what makes up the interior. Of course, if you look at the color itself, you can obviously tell I went for the dark tan, because I think dark tan looks really good for a white GMC Yukon Denali. I think it just gives it the luxury taste for the vehicle itself. I don't know about you, but when it comes to building cars and SUVs and sports cars and supercars and all that good stuff, I sort of have a taste for design and interior colors and textures, the way it should represent a car with a different color palette, if you know what I mean. I always try to make the interior last, but I also want to put in more effort into decorating the interior, get it looking nice and unique. Basically, I'm trying to build like regular everyday cars that people drive, and then when it comes to designing interiors and exteriors, I try to make it a little bit more intimate for the person who drives the exact same vehicle, which could be this vehicle that you're looking at right now. It's the Yukon Denali. It could be you driving this vehicle, or it could be somebody else driving the vehicle. If people decide to build this on their own, they can just change the color palette on the parts list and then go for dark gray, black, red. I don't care if it fits your style, go right ahead. I don't really care. I'm just presenting you what I've crafted with my two hands here. But yeah, the interior is the most important thing to the vehicle, because it just brings the driver in that vehicle, vehicle. It just brings the driver and the car together and just be like, you know, you're just sitting in a comfortable seat, just driving around, looking around in your interior, like, oh, look at that. Comfortable leather seats, comfortable dashboard buttons, or I don't know if that's even comfortable, because there's some of them that are not even that comfortable when you use them. But yeah, there's some features in the SUV and in cars that everybody has a different taste for interiors and whatnot. So I mean, that's just me personally, but yeah, that's why I do a lot of interior designs and whatnot. Of course, is the most iconic part of the vehicle. You have the headlights, obviously going from the top, going down, and then slope to the side here, going toward the fender, and that gave it the GMC Yukon headlight icon, that iconic GMC Yukon headlight. It just gives it out. I'm just really happy with the way it turned out. Of course, you got these little fog lights at the bottom. You got this little silver trimming at the bottom, and there's a little funky way to do some slope techniques here. I just used a clip piece and just used a pizza tile part right here, and just to finish off the little corner right there to close off the if this camera would focus, that would be nice. Okay, there you can. There. All right, there's a little tile piece that closed off the gap here toward the silver trimming underneath. And then the unique part is that I used a 1x1 modified plate with the clip on its side, and then I just used the clip and the slope, the wedge slope, to just clip it onto that little clamp piece underneath here, and then just push it up just to give it that little curve feature on the GMC Yukon. So really happy with the way it turned out. So that's basically all it for the front. Of course, you got this little logo here, you got the silver trimming here going toward the bonnet. Now we go under the hood, and I have to take this roof off again to show you guys, because this thing is extremely fragile. All right, with the bonnet off, here is a look at the engine bay here. Look at that. So this vehicle has like a V8 engine. It's got a rear wheel drive. It's not a real car, so you wouldn't really know that, but it is some information that many people would like to know. I added a little bit of the red trimming in the engine because I wanted to represent the Denali. So, you know, I had to do that, so I had to give it a little bit of a red trim. And of course, if you look further back here, you can see like a little lightsaber piece there. Okay, you can see like a little lightsaber piece right there, going from the engine bay all the way up to the steering wheel. No, it's not directly connected. Let me just say that now. It's just giving it the illusion like it's connected from the engine bay all the way to the steering wheel. So don't think it's a one connected piece, because it ain't. All right, so that's it for the bonnet. I don't think there's anything else that I need to talk about underneath the hood. We just need to go under the chassis base, because if you guys caught a glimpse of some details underneath it and you were in awe of how detailed it is underneath, then stick around, because I'm about to show you the beauty of building an SUV underneath it, which is the icing on the cake for me, is the chassis base underneath it. You can see all the silver pieces, the silver lining, the pipes going from the engine to the exhaust right here, all that extra stuff. So it's just really neat, again, with the red pieces, because I wanted it to represent the Yukon Denali. So I had to add some red pieces to it, just so it can be, you know, distinctive from all the other SUVs I'm going to be building in the future. So there's a little exhaust piece that I used on an Escalade as an exhaust. It's pretty amazing what you can do with these. You can either use it as an exhaust piece, or you can use it as an engine. I don't know, depending on your taste and how you see it fit for any MOC car. But for this one, I decided to turn it upside down and just use it as a engine base form. So you can actually see it right here, and you can see the extra silver pieces, and it just makes and especially when you have these going toward the exhaust pipes, it just makes it so truly unique for this model. So that's one aspect of the model. This is the one, the baseline is the one I'm really proud of. So yeah, of course we have these silver painted wheel rim spokes. I painted those silver because there's not any of them available in silver by Lego, so I had to paint them. Who cares? They're plastic pieces. I can do what I want with them, right? So yeah, I painted the spokes silver, and yeah, it just matches the Denali vehicle itself. All right, for the final part of the video, let's do a side-by-side comparison. You have the GMC Yukon Denali and you have the Cadillac Escalade. Both of them have the same exact height from each other. Both of them have almost the exact same height of the doors on both sides of the vehicle. They have the same height of their bonnet levels, and their headlight configurations are level with the bonnet, almost exactly the same. And then you look at the back here, the back is almost the exact same thing. And then for the exhaust pipes, you can see the difference between the Yukon and the Escalade itself. They both have different exhaust pipes for different specs of from each other, and then both have different interiors. One is gray and white, the other is dark tan, which makes it distinctive between the Yukon and the Escalade. Of course, the Escalade's got TV monitors on its seats, and I think the Yukon has smaller TV screens on its seats, but I don't really know. That depends on the specs too. And then in the final version, you have these little step stool thingies here, or the push bars for people to come in and out of their vehicle, and the base of the chassis is extremely different from each other. One's got a lot of black pieces all around it, while the other's got a little bit of black and silver going from the front toward the back. So yeah, that's a little comparison between the two. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Again, I do apologize for the video being this long. I was trying to compact as much information as I can, but I have to do a lot better next time. But if you like what you see in this video, again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video. I will give you guys a sneak peek, because just recently, I know I'm going to go into 20 minutes with this video. I want to give you guys an announcement. We've recently hit 500 subscribers on my YouTube channel, so I am very grateful for you guys. So thank you very much for subscribing to my YouTube channel and helping me reach the milestone. And as a personal thank you to all of you viewers out there, I want to give you guys a quick sneak peek. So I'm going to back this up, and I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek of the next model or mock that I'm going to show you guys. Did you see it? Hopefully you did. If you didn't, then you're gonna have to wait until the next video comes out. So thank you guys again so much for watching this. Subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, share this video out there, and you guys have a great day.